Hello everyone, and welcome to Marathon Recon, a mile-by-mile preview of the LA Marathon. I'm Martise Moore, your Run Faster coach, and over the next 26 days I'm going to be running every mile of the marathon so that you can know everything there is to know about the course. And while I'm running, I'm going to be interviewing a guest runner and asking them all about their LA Marathon experiences and goals. Today I'm running with Fernando.
Hey.
Fernando's an awesome runner, and he's also running for the charity Back on My Feet. We'll find out more about Fernando and Back on My Feet as we run. And so feel free to ask us questions and send us lots of hearts. Thank you, you're already sending us hearts. By double tapping your screen like 100 times so we can get lots of hearts. Okay, so let's get started running mile 1 of the LA Marathon. Woohoo!
That should be easy.
Okay, awesome. Here we go. So, mile 1 starts at Dodger Stadium. And Dodger Stadium is the largest and one of the oldest stadiums in Major League Baseball. It's also home of the LA Dodgers.
The best team in all of the MLB.
So that's pretty much all I know about baseball. So
that's all I know is that the Dodgers are the best team in all of MLB.
All right, cool, very nice.
LA, baby.
Okay, so let's move on to the excitement of starting the race at mile 1. Fernando, you've run the LA Marathon several times before, so you know all about the excitement at the starting line. Can you tell us a little bit about your experiences?
Oh, every single time has been completely different, but the one thing that links them all together is the sea of people, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're going to a rave or like a concert. I think to me, marathons are like my raves. They're like my concerts, you know? So
that's cool.
I go prepared. I usually have at least 1 to 2 handheld speakers, so I'm already busting tunes.
Nice.
You know, getting warmed up at the start line, jumping up and down, hopping up and down, getting everybody, you know, into it. I see a lot of people usually get like real cold and stiff at the start line, and I used to be that. No, I was always real tense and just nervous, you know.
Well, nerves are definitely a part of the process. Any race, you're going to be nervous.
Right.
So
gotta start breaking the ice.
Yeah.
Moving around.
If you're not nervous, you don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
So being nervous is really great because that just means that your adrenaline's pumping and your body's getting ready to do something really awesome.
Oh yeah, something incredible.
Yeah, so how do you line up when you get there? Like, tell us about the scene. I know there's like a massive amount of people.
Yeah, you know, I'm really bad about getting registered in time to corral or even organizing myself enough to figure out what corral I'm in. So that being said, I show up and the corrals usually are pretty packed, you know, unless you get there really, really early, right? Like I'm talking about 5, 6 in the morning, or even earlier than that sometimes, right? People are lining up at 4 in the morning. But usually by the time I get there, there's so many people in the corrals, I just try to squeeze in where it looks friendliest. And like I said, just start jumping up and down, start getting into the party, feeling the groove. Trying to get my sweat on, you know. I'm gonna do 26 miles. I better be warm, you know.
Okay, so because there's so many people, it's really challenging to pace yourself in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
So how do you temper, you know, all the nerves and just wanting to bust loose in the first mile? You just kind of go with
I just kind of go with the feeling.
Okay, yeah. Because in the beginning you feel so good, you're fresh.
Yeah.
And actually we just went downhill, so that's really nice. And the first mile is pretty much mostly downhill. So it's pretty easy, get you nice and warmed up.
And everybody's running so fast.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to dive into that pace and just like feel their energy and stuff. But you know, I tend to run with other people, other folks. And not all the time, but some of the time, their overall pace is going to be a lot slower than mine. So I stick around with them for like 2 or 3 miles.
Right.
Before I break off.
Right.
And and it's always kind of bittersweet. All right, friend, gotta go, but I'm gonna be faster than you. But at least that'll kind of temper me for 2-3 miles. And this year, my little sister's first LA marathon.
Oh, nice.
But her training got cut short because she had her gallbladder removed.
Oh.
So coming back into it, she's not going to be very strong. She's probably going to be walking a lot of it. So I told her 3 miles, I'm doing her 13-minute pace.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, we're going to find volunteers to pace her like every 2-3 miles.
Right.
So that way she never feels alone. She's going to be walking a lot of it. So
there's going to be pacers out there with the big
flags. Right, yeah. Even the slower, 13 minutes, 14 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
So you're never going to feel alone in the LA Marathon, that's for sure. That's
cool.
for sure. I make so many friends along the whole along the whole course. Always.
So why do you run the marathon? You know, a lot of people think this is a crazy endeavor.
It's crazy.
So why do you do it? What's your drive? What motivates you?
I think family obviously got me motivated for a lot of different reasons. Around the time where I ran my first marathon, 2013, LA, I started training for that because I wanted to get fit. Spent a lot of years eating crappy food, like, you know, drinking too many 40s, you know, partying, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And that was the way that I let loose, you know. And so my little cousin started running marathons after her first pregnancy. And right around that same time, my youngest uncle passed away.
Oh.
He died of a stroke.
Oh.
And my cousin and my family would always say, "You're just like your Uncle Freddie."
Oh no.
Because we both like to party. You know, but he just partied till the day he died. And that kind of hit home to me. Like, you know, I don't know if that's the kind of lifestyle that I really want to continue leading. So I decided to make that switch. I started eating healthy, started jogging, and thought, hey, you know what? My cousin's running marathons. I want to do one. You know, it sounds like a good experience. So she actually flew down from Mexico and did the LA Marathon with me too.
Oh wow! It really is a family affair.
My little sister's getting into it. I feel like that's one of the main reasons why. I mean, the first reason why I started doing marathons was to get healthy. And then now I keep running them to inspire everybody else to get healthy, because there's still a lot of people in my family who are not as healthy as they should be.
Sure, of course.
Some of them actually are actually ill. High blood pressure, diabetes. My mother has a pacemaker. You know, so all those things combined, that is why I continue running. They might think I'm crazy, but at least it's kind of inspiring them a little bit. Like, hey, you know, if he's running 26 miles, maybe I should just do at least 2.
Exactly. Well, you are inspiring. Your story is very inspiring, and that's why we're so glad that you're here. Tell us a little bit about the charity that you're running for, Back on My Feet.
Well,
why are you raising money for them?
Well, Back on My Feet. I met Back on My Feet after the LA Marathon. I said, hey, you know what? I don't know if I should do any more marathons. I was registered for a half marathon like the very next month.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm like, you know what? I'll just stick to halves.
Right.
So I went to the Long Beach half, and I was walking around the expo and, you know, looking at all of the shopping, right? It's like a big mall, these expos. You're like just a bunch of like consumer stuff everywhere. I'm like, you know what? This is kind of boring. Like I've already been to 5 of these, and all of them are like, you know, get your energy shots, get your shoes. I'm like, I know where to get that stuff. I want to know where I can do something new. Right. So all of a sudden I hear a guy saying, hey, anybody want to run with the homeless and, you know, improve people's lives? And I heard that, and I was like, wait, that sounds like exactly what I was talking about. Something different, something new. Maybe something that you can do in the community, or something that bring people together.
What exactly do they do for the homeless?
Well, we're a running club essentially. There's like all running clubs, and there's so many out there.
Right.
But our running club is unique because our running clubs start at rehabilitation centers, at homeless rescue missions, and we essentially run with people who are experiencing homelessness.
Right.
And the program itself is devised to help track the miles that all of our members run, and we keep a log.
We're running over the 110 freeway right now.
Yeah, right now. Oh, check that out. What? A lot of traffic. I think we're the only runners on the street right now, too.
And we're almost done with the mile.
Almost done with the mile.
Yeah, so tell us about how we can help support this charity.
Well, this charity is always looking for volunteers. So first of all, come find me on Facebook. It's GRATEMOOG. Great Moog. Great like cheese. Moog like moo with the G at the end.
Okay, nice.
And ask me how you can be a volunteer for Back on My Feet. We need more runners to help motivate more of our homeless runners. Second, go to my page. I'm posting how you can contribute dollars to my fundraising page for the LA Marathon this year. So those are two ways you can do that. But first and foremost, volunteer. We need more runners.
All right, look, we did it!
Mile 1 done.
Awesome, mile 1 is done.
That was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Now 25 more.
25 more. Well, anyway, send us some more hearts. And also make sure you check out Fernando's page and send either volunteer or send money to Back on My Feet. It's a very worthwhile cause. I remember when I first heard about it, I was so inspired by the lady giving shoes and running clothes to these homeless people. And I just love the name of the charity, Back on My Feet. It really just talks about how these people get back on their feet. They get homes, they get training, and they learn to really like have more confidence in their abilities to contribute to the world, give them something to live for. So I really appreciate everything that you do, Fernando, because that's awesome.
Definitely.
I'm glad that I could help be a part of getting more viewers to find out about Back on My Feet and hopefully volunteer. And if you have any more questions about mile 1 for us, please text me or tweet me on Twitter at GreenRunnerLA. And we'll see you next time tomorrow for mile 2. And we'll give you all the ins and outs on mile 2. So until then, we'll see you and keep running.